Algebra 1, Concept 1170B, Identifying Slope and Y-Intercept from Tables and Word Problems. We talked about slope being rise over run, but when we are given 2 points in a table or maybe even in a word problem, we're going to need to use the formula m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 when given the 2 points. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Let's look at this first example. Find the slope of the line that passes through the points. Notice that there are 2 points given. I'm going to label these x1 and y1, x2 and y2. The reason that I'm doing this is because the first ordered pair I'm going to call x1. I'm simply doing that because it's the first ordered pair listed and 5 is the x value. The 2 is the y value in the first ordered pair listed. There's no right or wrong. You can choose either one. I just always list the first ordered pair as x1, y1, and the second ordered pair x2, y2. Now I'm going to use substitution to plug these values into the formula above. So m equals y2, which is -1, minus y1, which is 2, divided by x2, substitute in 4, minus x1, substitute in 5. Simplify that. -1 minus 2 is -3, and 4 minus 5 is -1. When you simplify that, a negative divided by a negative gives us that the slope is +3. Let's try that again. I'm going to first label. The first ordered pair is -2, 4. So I'm going to label that x1, y1. The second ordered pair is 4, 4, x2, and y2. Again, use the formula above and simply use substitution. The y2 value is 4. So substitute that in. 4 minus 4, the y1 value, divided by x2, which is 4, minus -2. Notice that I have the negative sign in parentheses. I don't want you to forget that you also need to include the subtraction sign. When you simplify that, 4 minus 4 is 0. 4 minus -2 is 6. 0 divided by 6 is 0. The slope is going to be 0, which tells us that we are going to have a horizontal line, remembering the acronym HOI. All right, let's look at the second question. What if we're given 2 ordered pairs and the slope, and we're asked to find the value of x? Given the points 3, 5, and x2, find a slope of -3. And a slope of -3, find the value of x. So we're still going to label everything that we know. We know that 3, 5 is the first ordered pair, so we're going to label that x1, y1. We know the second ordered pair is x2, so we're going to label that x2, y2. We also know that the slope is -3, so I'm going to label that m equals -3. So I'm going to use the formula again listed above. Where the m value is, I'm now going to substitute -3. So -3 equals y2, we're going to plug 2 in for that, minus y1, we're going to plug 5 in for that, divided by x minus 3. We need to simplify this. We can simplify the numerator only. So -3 equals -3 divided by x minus 3. In algebra, we don't want a variable in the denominator, so in order to move that to the numerator, we need to do the inverse of division, which is multiplication. So we're actually going to multiply both sides by x minus 3. So I'm going to multiply the left side and the right side by x minus 3. On the right, that's going to cross cancel x minus 3 times x minus 3 so that we can eliminate the denominator. Now, I'm going to have -3 times x minus 3. I'm going to use the distributive property there. And it is equal to -3. That's what's left once we cleared the denominator. Negative 3x plus 9 equals negative 3. Now I need to subtract 9 from each side. I have negative 3x equals negative 12. Divide both sides by negative 3, and the value of x in the ordered pair is 4. Let's try that again. Label the points and identify the slope. We do have that the slope is 2, so m equals 2. The first ordered pair is 2, 3, so we'll label that x1, y1, and the second ordered pair x2, y2. Let's plug in what we know. 2 equals 7 minus 3 divided by x minus 2. We're going to simplify what we can. 2 equals 4 divided by x minus 2. We want to get the variable out of the denominator. To do that, we do the inverse of division. So we're going to multiply both sides by x minus 2. That's going to clear the denominator on the right-hand side of the equation, leaving 4 by itself. And it's going to have you multiply by using distributive property. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 equals 4. So add 4 to each side. 2x is equal to 8. Divide by 2. The value of x in the second ordered pair is 4. Now, what happens if we're given a table? Well, tables are essentially ordered pairs. In this example, time in minutes is the x value. Distance in miles is the y value. So pick 2 points. I'm choosing 30, 1.5, and the ordered pair 90, 4.5. I'm going to label those x1, y1, the first ordered pair, x2, y2, the second ordered pair. When I plug those into our formula, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, I will find the slope the same way that I was just using in the previous examples. So we're going to have 4.5 minus 1.5 divided by 90 minus 30. If we simplify that, we get 3 over 60, and that simplifies to 1 over 20. 1 mile in 20 minutes is what that represents. Let's look at the next table. X is the speed of the ball. Y is the distance in inches. Again, pick 2 points. x1, y1, x2, y2. Label those. And then plug in what you know. y2 is 4 minus 1 divided by 8 minus 2. If I simplify that, that's going to give me 3 over 6 and simplify to 1/2. All right, finding slope and y-intercept from a word problem. A recording studio charges a musician an initial fee of $50 to record an album. Studio time costs an additional $35 an hour. I think what's the first important thing to identify and recognize is that an initial fee is typically a one-time fee. You're not going to pay this over and over and over. Just to get in the studio, you have to pay $50. So that is our one-time fee. In addition to that, you're paying $35 per hour. Okay, so let's think about that. The per hour is the variable. The variable is x. Okay, x is going to represent the hours in the studio. 35 is going to represent the slope. Okay, so when we rewrite this equation, we're going to have y equals 35 is the cost per hour. That's the reoccurring cost. And B, the y-intercept, is the one-time cost. So if I substitute these in, my equation is going to be y equals 35x plus 50. Part B, find the total cost of recording an album that takes 10 hours of studio time. 10 hours of studio time. Our variable x is time per hour. We're going to let x equal 10. We're going to substitute that into our equation. So we have y equals 35 times 10 plus 50. Simplify that. 35 times 10 is 350 plus 50. It's going to cost $400 for a recording studio for 10 hours. Example 2. During a fundraiser, 3 students earn $75 and 5 students earn $125. Find the slope of the situation. This is set up pretty nicely. You can identify that 3 students earned $75 and 5 students earned $125. We're going to be able to write that as ordered pairs and then identify the x1, y1, x2, y2. From there, we're just going to substitute that into our slope formula. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, 125 minus 75 divided by x minus 3. Simplify that, 50 divided by 2 equals $25 per student was earned during the fundraiser.